We're here in the kitchen and we really finished a lovely meal. Relatively organized. You prepare, same way a restaurant works. But this is what my wife made me for Father's Day. And I was very particular about what I wanted. I wanted slicer, dicer, choppers. If you want to follow me the way, actually I'll show you the 3 really cool things I got. Actually 4 things I got for Father's Day. One is called a mandolin. So I'm going to bring this over here and I'll show you the mandolin. Okay, and that's particularly cool. I'll bring you over all of it. There's only 3. And this is another item. And then this, of course, is another item. And what makes each one particularly fascinating is I've suddenly been consumed in, you know, when you're turning your body alkaline and you're starting to focus on your diet, really focus on it, and you've got to make some changes in your household. And one is, how do I organize this? How do I create a system out of this? Because that's what I've done for other people. So I have a system for this. This mandolin has a variety of interchangeable blades. And if you've never seen one of these, I remember the Bauer slicer. You can adjust and articulate the angle of the blade, and of course they're blades that separate, strike, divide, that literally modify a vegetable or a piece of fruit at super high speed and protect your hand at the same time. This actually grips it, and you end up with a beautiful $40 instrument. You don't have to buy a $300 version. You go to a Williams-Sonoma, and you've got a beautiful, it'll last you a lifetime. My other one lasts 30 years. It's still under the counter. That'll slice, dice, and chop. Now let's take a look at this. This is amazing. My wife found me this, also at Williams-Sonoma, and what this does, by the way, I'm not paid by Williams-Sonoma, there's no JD partnership here. Here's the base, it's right on here, and then here's the release mechanism. We have 6 dogs in the house, and a cat, and a fish. Now if you notice over here on this instrument, this comes out, and there are a number of interchangeable blades, of which I've selected my favorite. My favorite is the one that kind of just dices. So I can take onions and chop them up in seconds. The counterpart of the device over here, this is the masher. And so this lines up, when you place this here, you got 2 pillars. And when you push down on this mashing mechanism, it goes directly in to those squares. And anything you put on there is absolutely obliterated. I don't care what it is. And of course, my son and myself have a tremendous amount of fun essentially going like that. So when you're done, you can either invert it and dump it out. And of course, this is how we separate all of these foods. We're going to open up, this is actually a new refrigerator. And if I go in here right now, if you weren't paying attention in the earlier video, or maybe you didn't see it, these are separate carriages. And these carriages, if you're looking for one of these, by the way, you're going to have a hard time finding it unless you search under condiments. And so right over here, I have 2 or 3 of these. They're preloaded. The other one has onions and nuts, 4 or 5 different nuts, almonds, nothing that's in an oil of any kind. Everything is pure, and that's about 3 or 4 days, so we can make fresh salads. We keep our pastas, our chicken breasts, our fish fillets. Everything is pre-done and organized in those bins. And then, of course, salad, about every 2 days, either with a wet towel over it, which helps. That's the whole key for the salad not turning on you. And make sure you've got a good salad spinner, which is our final item right over here. Let's take a look at the salad spinner. Really, really impressed by this mechanism. I'd have to say that if I had a compromise on all the other tools in the kitchen, I'd want this, a spoon, a fork. I'm talking survival-wise, it's that powerful. Let's take a look at how it works. If I remove this mechanism over here, we now see that by applying very gentle pressure, it turns the inner bend. And it works. You'll have crisp lettuce. There's nothing worse than soggy lettuce if you're making a beautiful salad. So let's pick this up right now. We see the mechanism. It has an internal cartridge that pops off for cleaning. And what you have here is an internal spinning mechanism. So here's how it works. When you apply pressure on the top of the bin, it's causing this to cylindrically to spin. Just like that. That, of course, is attached to this bin. This is also, I use it not only as a salad spinner, but I use it with spaghetti. Tonight we made some pasta, beautiful pasta, and we use this as the strainer. Really well made, by the way. The base of this beautiful stainless steel bowl, and it is a beautiful bowl because it has a beautiful gripping action right on the base of the bowl. Also Williams-Sonoma. I don't go anywhere else. You're going to buy stuff for the kitchen. Let them make their money there. They do a great job. They bring in stuff. Sometimes it costs you more elsewhere. It's retail. You got to support retail. Not everything has to be at a deal. It's not that expensive. Matter of fact, there's nothing you're looking at here that costs over $30, $40. And these are things that will last you a lifetime. So if you take a look over here, beautiful mixing bowl. The base is modified. There's like a little point where it spins. The base of this is modified so it spins, so it moves freely right inside the base. Now you've got a bowl, you've got a strainer, you've got a salad spinner, and you have a storage. You have a storage compartment for an entire meal because you can place it right inside. Amazing device. These are the tools, and the final tool is for fine grating. Obviously, this is for nuts. You go in one direction, it does a rougher, larger nut. You go in the other direction, and it does a very fine mince. And if you take a look over here, you end up with a salt shaker, and the nuts come out of the salad. Beautiful, beautiful. This is a great device. Several ways it comes apart, also very impressive. You got the base. If you're making a lot, which I just did, I filled up one of the bowls, and then you have the top as an access portal to pour in your nuts. These are great tools, great gifts. If you're thinking about getting something for someone and you want to eat a little better, these are the kind of tools you want to think about. And of course, probably the most important device in your kitchen, you want to buy yourself a really good set of knives. You're going to use them. And if you've never cut with a superb knife that really holds an edge and keep it sharp, when you've got a beautiful knife, it changes the entire experience. Anyway, this was Father's Day. Glad I can share it with you. I hope you start cutting up. I learned from a couple chefs I've spoken with. The question is always, what makes for a great meal? And they all say the same thing, fresh. Buy fresh, buy high quality, buy it consistently. It doesn't turn on you. You end up spending less ultimately. Joe Bauer here. Enjoy your kitchen, enjoy your family. I know you enjoy the restaurants, it's easy, but tonight, it's kind of a community experience. Take a look over there. Ginny's with our new dog, our sixth dog there, Star. Dog loves people. My wife is discussing the end of the world over there, potentially.
Discussing Great Dane.
Yeah, Great Dane down, absolutely.
That's what Great Dane is.
And this is a social experience. Making a meal, social experience. Matter of fact, I absolutely feel that we had a better time tonight, Louis, making a meal. I mean, you're in the restaurants all the time. You're traveling consistently.
Yes.
This is a community experience.
Yes, definitely.
You get to make the meal, get to spend some time with our kids. It wasn't rushed in the dining room there. And now everyone's mixing, and if we're in a restaurant sitting around a round table, it's a beginning, middle, and end.
Correct.
You serve the meal, you have a cup of coffee, it's nice, you got all that noise. We got none of that going on. Looking forward to being with both of you this weekend. They've come back for is it the 10th time? For Passion to Profit.
It works, Joe, so we keep coming back. It works.
But it also works because you develop friendships and also business, meaning
Yes.
you've got relationships and they go to your events. You're a producer of events.
Yes.
You make people, well, you enable people to have a voice and to make sure they've got someone to connect with. So, I am here with Louis and we're having a great time. You do the same. Bye for now.